from blocking shots like they're nothing to racking up insane amounts of points, Kawhi Leonard is back and ready for action. With that being said, it's quite obvious that the NBA should be terrified that he's back. And from what I can tell, everybody's scrambling to come up with a plan to counter this guy. Kawhi Leonard isn't your average basketball player. The man is insanely talented and is a threat on the basketball court.
You're in the Eastern time zone. Kawhi Leonard says, enough of this chatter. End it right now, young man.
He's often regarded as one of the greatest two-way guards of all time.
Oh, nice cut. Wow, Kawhi Leonard.
That time, that was a rookie mistake. He got topside that time. And even if he did get beat like that,
So you have to wonder, now that he's showing signs of getting back to his old self, how are things going to pan out in the NBA? Well, if I'm being honest, the other teams better watch out, because from everything that I'm seeing from Leonard, he's out for blood. Now that the Clippers have fully fit Kawhi and a newly added Westbrook, it doesn't look like the other teams in their conference are going to have an easy time trying to beat them. While the Clippers weren't that much of a threat a little while ago, seeing them right now probably makes every other GM in the league quiver in his boots. However, that begs the question of whether Kawhi Leonard is the only missing piece they needed. If I'm being honest, yes he is.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
Okay, hear me out. Leonard is not going to be hard carrying the Clippers to a championship, but there's no denying the fact that this man is vital to the Clippers' success. His defense is beyond awesome, and his offensive prowess will prove to be very important.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
And helping set up his teammates to drain buckets one after the other. If y'all been trying to pay close attention to how the Clippers have been doing this past month, you'll know that things are about to get spicy in the NBA. Now that Kawhi is back to full health, there's a good chance that the Clippers are about to head toward a championship run. I'm not gonna lie, I quite like the idea of seeing Kawhi Leonard with a ring around his finger. The man is so talented. He was part of 5 of the last 7 All-NBA teams. If that doesn't make you think he's something special, then I don't know what will. That said, now that Kawhi is back, could the Clippers hope for the championship? Well, after taking a look at their current roster, I'd say that's a very real possibility. Let's take a step back and check out how the Clippers are doing. As I mentioned before, if you've been paying attention, then you'll know that the team is officially stacked. With everybody they have on their side right now, they'll likely end up going on a successful championship run. At the very least, they'll reach the finals. It's pretty clear that the Clippers are tired of losing year after year and want to win it all at any cost. Now that they have Westbrook, a fully fit Kawhi, and Paul George on their team together, it's pretty obvious who's going to end up dominating most of their games. The squad that they have right now is packed with experience. They've got every scenario covered and ready to go. Their outside shooting is on par with the best, and best of all, they have the most competent two-way guard in the league on their roster. It's like I said before, Leonard is a vital component in the machine that makes up the Clippers, and all of this would likely fall apart without him. Though while we're on the topic, you have to wonder how Kawhi has been doing as of late. Well, he had a rough start to the season, but he's getting there. Remember, Leonard has been part of 5 of the last 7 All-NBA teams. That's no easy feat to achieve. As such, he was probably the most overqualified X factor in the history of the league while coming into this season. There was only one problem though. Thanks to his torn ACL, he's been forced to miss out on the entirety of the 2021-22 season. So to say he was a little rusty would be an understatement. Since the injury he'd suffered from was so bad, he'd also been forced to face a minutes restriction. Since he wasn't on the court as much, there wasn't much he could do to help his team win. It's safe to say that, without him, the Clippers were struggling more than they ever have. He also didn't start in his first 2 games when coming back. Instead, he came in during the second quarter, and well, that was the last we saw of him for the next 12 games. All of this makes you question whether the Clippers are doing a good enough job of helping Leonard get back up on his feet. Well, they've certainly been cautious about the whole thing. Ever since Leonard got injured, the team has been very cautious in playing him. Even if it means that the team loses games right now, they know that in the long run, Leonard is going to be vital for their success. Recently, Kawhi was finally allowed to return to their starting lineup. However, even though he performed well enough, scoring around 25 points, he ended up spraining his ankle and was out of commission for another 6 games. Still, they must have been doing something right, because, fast forward to today, Kawhi seems to be on cloud 9. The man is dominating the league and doesn't seem to be showing any signs of stopping anytime soon. It's crazy how well he bounced back, considering he wasn't in the best shape a few months ago. I guess that shows you how dedicated he is to his craft and how far he's willing to go to make sure he stays at the top of his game. That's a sign of greatness, if you ask me.
Watches it spin out. Leonard down the floor he goes, holding off Gordon, and slams it home.
Hey, Coach,
You shouldn't be allowed to do that.
he just grabbed Eric Gordon and held on and then caught it with one hand.
Anyways, now that we've established that Kawhi Leonard is pretty set in terms of performance, you have to wonder how long this can last. Well, longevity might not be his biggest concern right now. Okay, look, every player wants their career to go on for as long as possible. However, when it comes to Kawhi Leonard, I don't think that that's his biggest concern right now. He's been out of action for a while, and what he should be focused on is showing everybody that he's still got it. As long as he can continue to perform right now, he can worry about everything else later. Right now, he seems to be in great physical condition.
Trying to back down Vonleh. Good ball fake by Leonard. Oh, man! Someone dropped him out of the roof.
The man is draining buckets and is a defensive god. There isn't a player he's faced off against recently that could manage to beat him, at least not more than once. One can hope that he continues to post these kinds of numbers. As long as the Clippers can keep Kawhi fit and ready for action, there's no telling the amount of havoc they can wreak in the league. They've got a fully stacked squad ready to go at a moment's notice. All they've got to do is make sure that they can ease Leonard back into the whole thing. Pushing him hard right now won't exactly help his chances of staying healthy, now will it? The best part is that Kawhi doesn't need to push himself too much either. This Westbrook transfer couldn't have come at a better time. Now that he's on the Clippers roster, you can bet that he'll be hungry to prove himself. All Leonard needs to do is set him up, defend like a boss, and drain a few buckets here and there. Shouldn't be too hard of a task. That was everything on Kawhi Leonard's return to the NBA.